I'm Master Sergeant Christopher Blauvelt, retired Connecticut Army National Guard. In 2010, I was injured by an IED that went off under my vehicle in Afghanistan. This resulted in the amputation of my right leg, spinal fractures, fractured pelvis, and a TBI. Now I'm a retired service member who takes care of his kids. I have wife Bernadette. I have 5 children: Coulter, Penny, Zoe, Mia, and Zachary. And when you have them all in the same place, there's a lot of energy. I decided to serve originally. I wanted to go into something that would relate towards the career field I wanted, which was law enforcement. So I chose Coast Guard, got out of the Coast Guard after 8 years. Life happens to you, and I ended up going in the Marine Corps. My wife wanted me to get out of the Marine Corps because I was gone so much during that time. So I got out, and I would say 6-7 months later, 9/11 happened, and I joined an infantry unit. I think what I loved about my service time was the sense of purpose. I would have done all those jobs for free. The day of my injury was April 4th, 2010, and I don't remember anything. The day before, I ordered flowers for my wife, because the day I got blown up was our wedding anniversary. We usually man fobs, and then we go on patrols out to villages, and that's what we were doing that day. We were out there, and as we were leaving, it was command detonated IED, went off right underneath my vehicle. The next thing I remember is my daughter Zoe talking at me in bed in Walter Reed. One funny thing that did happen after all of it is they wanted to inform me that they had to cut off one of my legs, and I said, "Which one?" And they said, "Your right leg." And I was like, "Thank God." And they were like, "That's a first." And when I was 19 in the Coast Guard, I had a motorcycle wreck, and I had gotten a bone infection called osteomyelitis. Thankfully, that's the one that got blown off. So it was a junk leg. It was good riddance. We live in Tampa, Florida. Normal challenges, I have chronic pain. We do have stairs in part of the house, but I just don't go to that part of the house because going up's one thing, coming down's worse. Years ago, I had heard about Homes for Our Troops, and not too long ago, we became friends with Tim Reed and his wife Ann, and they had persuaded us to apply for Homes for Our Troops, and we were accepted after that. I'm looking forward to the shower. In the Homes for Our Troops shower, it's a bench seat. I'm looking forward to being able to go into the shower, put all my stuff on that bench in the shower, dry off, get dressed, all from the same platform that does not collapse. My favorite part is the flagpole. Have a Coast Guard going up one day, Marine Corps the next, Army the next, the Army National Guard. Other than the house being, handicap adapted for me, I'm also looking forward to having a mortgage-free home. My parents, when their parents passed, their parents had debt, and my parents weren't able to keep any of the houses in the family. So this is an opportunity for me to not leave my children with debt on a home. Without Homes for Our Troops, severely injured veterans would be struggling. Just having the opportunity of not having to worry about the mortgage for one, and then having a home that is handicap adapted is even better. But the two together is just amazing. We are now familiar with people in the local area that do fundraising for Homes for Our Troops, and that's been a neat experience meeting them. They put on a talent show, and the money they raised at the talent show they donated towards our home. They don't know me. I just thought it was really cool. Homes for Our Troops is a life changer. Think about these young men and women. They're in their first 4 to 8 years of service. They now have an injury where they're wheelchair bound, or they can't take care of themselves at all. How are their family members supposed to work a full-time job and take care of them full-time? I mean, it's common sense. Like, think about it. Like, you have a handicap and your house is handicap adapted. That's awesome. And then to have a mortgage-free home, anyone who's paid a mortgage their whole life understands that for sure. It meant a lot to me when we had our meet and greet. The 2 gentlemen that I met were both prior service. that meant everything to me because no one knows what veterans need as much as veterans.